Good day everyone, I am Aya Caladanza. Today we're going to discuss what is contemporary drama. So here is our objectives. So at the end of the lesson, the students should be able to examine the theatrical structures of contemporary drama and perform a role play demonstrating their understanding of contemporary drama, showing clear narrative structure and creativity. So introduction. Drama is a mode of fictional representation through dialogue and performance. It is one of the literary genres, which is an imitation of some action. Drama is also a type of a play written for theater, television, radio, and film. In simple words, a drama is a composition in verse or prose presenting a story in pantomime or dialogue. It contains conflict of characters, particularly the one who perform in front of audience on the stage. So the person who writes drama for stage directions is known as a dramatist or a playwright. So drama is a literary genre, is essentially a fictional representation conveyed through dialogue and performance. It's a way of imitating life and human actions, typically through stories that unfold in front of an audience. So think of it as a form of storytelling. But instead of just hearing or reading the words, we actually get to see the story come to life, whether on stage, on film, on television, or even on the radio. So the essence of drama lies in the conflict between characters, their struggles, their interactions, and how these play out in front of the audience. So these characters are brought to life by actors, and their stories are written by individuals known as dramatists or playwrights. So now that we have a basic understanding of what drama is, let's move forward to the different types of drama. Alright, so first we have the comedy. Comedies are lighter in tone than ordinary works and provide a happy conclusion. So the intention of dramatists in comedies is to make their audience laugh. Hence, they use quaint circumstances, unusual characters, and witty remarks. Alright, so comedies are funny plays that make us laugh. They usually have a happy ending, and the situations or characters are often silly or unusual. Next, we have the tragedy. Tragic dramas use darker themes, such as disaster, pain, 57, and death. Protagonists often have a tragic flaw, a characteristics that leads them to their downfall. So, tragedies are serious plays that deal with sad themes like death or loss. So the main character often has a flaw or makes a mistake that leads to their downfall. So one of the example is Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. It is a tragedy where two young lovers face a tragic end due to their family's feud. Next, we have the Titanic. The movie tells the tragic love story of Jack and Rose set against the backdrop of the sinking of the Titanic, leading to a heartbreaking conclusion. Next is farce. Generally, a farce is a nonsensical genre of drama, which often overacts or engages slapstick humor. Farce is a type of comedy that is very exaggerated and over the top. One example is Home Alone. So this film is a farce where a young boy is accidentally left at home and has to protect his house from two bumbling burglars using exaggerated slapstick humor. So next we have the melodrama. So melodrama are exaggerated plays with very clear heroes and villains. So the emotions are strong and the story is often about good versus evil. So one of the example is The Pirates of Pauline. So it is an early melodrama where the heroine is constantly in danger but always find a way to escape. And lastly, we have the musical drama. So musical dramas tell their stories with acting, dialogue, and lots of songs and dances. So the song help express the characters' emotions and move the story forward. So one of the example is the Frozen. So this is the popular animated film where characters express their feelings and move the story along through the songs, like the famous Let It Go.
Dramatic structures. The structure is how the plot or story of a play is laid out, including a beginning, a middle, and an end. So the first one is subplot. Subplot are secondarily storylines that complement or contrast with the main plot and a narrative. They usually involve supporting characters or parallel event and help to develop the main them, add complexity, and defend the reader's understanding of the main characters or the story world. So subplots often intersect with the main plot, influencing or being influenced by the primary events. And the second one is complex. Complex in a subplot involves a struggle or challenges faced by secondary characters or within secondary storylines. This conflict often mirrors or contrasts with the main plot issues, adding depth to the narrative. So for instance, if the main plot is about a hero fighting a villain, a subplot might involve a characters dealing with personal issues or moral dilemma. It is highlighting different aspects of the mandem and enriching the overall story. A typical dramatic structure is linear, with events occurring chronologically. This might include first, exposition. So exposition introduces body backgrounds, events, and characters. So an exposition is a type of writing or speech that explains, informs, or describes something in a clear and in a straightforward manner. Its main goal is to provide information and make a topic understandable to the audience. So the second one is a rising action. So a series of events that create suspense in the narrative. So a rising action is a key element in a story's plot that occurs after the introduction and lead up to the climax. It involves a series of events or conflict that build intention, develop characters, and move the story forward. So the rising action is essential because it creates suspense and engages the audience by gradually intensifying the stake. So the third one is climax. So the part of the story where the suspense reaches its highest part. So the climax. The climax is the turning point in the story where the main conflict reaches its highest intensity. So it is the most exciting or suspenseful moment, often leading to the resolution of the plot. So the climax is critical because it determines the outcome of the story and reveals how the central conflict will be resolved. And the fourth one is falling action. Falling action is the part of a story that occurs after the climax, where the tension decreases and the consequences of the climax unfold. It leads the story toward its resolution by addressing the remaining conflict or wrapping up loose ends, gradually bringing the narrative to a close. The last one is resolution, the conclusion of the story where questions answered and lost ends are tied up. So the resolution is the final part of a story where the main conflict are resolved and the plot concludes. It provides closure by showing the outcome for the characters and tying up and lost ends and leaving the audience with a sense of completion. So a typical theater performance uses a graph to show the progression of dramatic tension. It explains the tension in a story developed from the beginning. Exposition increases during rising action, reaches a peak at the climax, and then decreases during falling action until it reaches resolution. It also mentioned that while many plays follow this straightforward linear structure, some use nonlinear storytelling. In nonlinear storytelling, the narrative can move back and forth in time, often using techniques like flashback and flash forward to create excitement or highlight a specific element through contrast. Cyclical structures. In this approach, the play and where it started, they can engage the audience as they try to understand how the character returned to their starting point. And traditional structure is a play are usually divided into act and scene. Each new scene typically mark a change in time or setting, helping the audience to follow the story development.
So, hello everyone, I am Ruji Trichimay Mata, and today we're going to continue our discussion by exploring the fascinating differences between contemporary drama and earlier forms of drama. So, let's start in language. Contemporary drama uses everyday naturalistic language. Earlier drama uses poetic formal language. So, in contemporary drama, the language is more natural and conversational. The characters speak as we do in everyday life, making the dialogue feel real and relatable. In contrast, earlier drama often used poetic and formal language, which can sound more elevated and artistic. This formal language adds a layer of beauty and rhythm, but it can also make the dialogue feel less like ordinary speech. And let's proceed to structure. Contemporary drama often features flexible experimental structures, and the earlier drama follows traditional, often strict structure. So contemporary drama often experiment with structure, allowing for flexibility in how stories are told. You might see plays that break the traditional rules, jumping between time periods or mixing different styles. Earlier dramas, however, followed strict rules, like the classic three-act format, which give a clear beginning, middle, and end. This traditional structure is predictable and orderly, which can make the story easier to follow. And now let's proceed to the third one, which is themes. So contemporary drama explores modern issues and personal experiences, while earlier drama focuses on universal themes like faith and morality. So contemporary drama tends to focus on modern issues and personal experiences. It deals with topics that are relevant to today's world, like identity, relationships, and social justice. While earlier drama, on the other hand, often explored universal themes like faith, morality, and the human condition. These themes are timeless and resonate across different cultures and eras. And let's proceed to the last one, the presentation. Contemporary drama often uses minimalist or abstract staging, while earlier drama features elaborate sets and costumes. So, when it comes to presentation, contemporary drama often uses minimalist or abstract staging. This means the sets might be simple and the focus is more on the actors and the story than on elaborate scenery. While earlier drama, however, were known for their elaborate sets and costumes, which helped to create a rich, immersive experience for the audience. And now I will present to you some examples of contemporary drama, and these plays highlight the unique characteristics we've discussed. Each of these works reflects the complexities of our current world, bringing to life issues and experiences that resonate with today's audiences. So the first example is Much Ado About Nothing by William Shakespeare.
Lord! I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may light upon a husband that hath no beard.
What will I do with him? Rest him in my power and make him my waiting gentlewoman. He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that has no beard is less than a man, and he that is more than a youth is not.
So the second example is Oedipus Rex by Sophocles Tragedy.
Cannot raise her head from its murderous waves.
I've sent Creon, brother of my queen, to Delphi, to find out there, if he can, what act or pledge of mine might save Thebes, our city.
And those are the examples of contemporary drama. And now let's proceed to the function of drama. Drama serves as a powerful literary form where playwrights can directly engage with the audience and receive immediate feedback. Through characters, dramatists convey their thoughts and values, similar to how poets use personas and novelists use narrators. The spoken dialogue in drama is crucial, revealing characters' emotions, personalities, and backgrounds. Unlike other forms of literature, drama presents the story and characters' experiences directly, without author commentary, allowing the audience to interpret the events themselves. Alright class, today we're going to engage in an exciting activity where you'll create a short drama, and here how it will work. You'll be divided into 2 groups, and each group will create a drama based on a contemporary issue. You'll follow the narrative structure shown in the diagram, which includes the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and the resolution. You'll have at least 10 minutes to prepare, and your performance should last at least 5 minutes. But before I group you into 2, let's talk about first how your performance will be evaluated. So, adherence to narrative structure will be 40%, creativity and originality 30%, performance quality is 20%, and audience impact 10%, in the total of 100%. So, this will be the group 1 and this will be the group 2. Give it your best shot, be creative, and most importantly, have fun with it. Let's see what amazing stories you can come up with. And your timer starts now. Wow, that was a fantastic set of performances. I hope you enjoyed the activity and learned a lot about contemporary drama. And with that, we've reached the end of our report. Thank you for your participation.